Hey guys, welcome to CrushCarb, where we crush carbs, not flavors. A lot of us love Chinese takeout, especially Chinese chicken. I love how crispy the chicken is. It's so delicious and flavorful, but we all know it's not healthy, right? So how can we enjoy Chinese chicken right at home that's still crispy, delicious, but healthier in lowering carbs and lowering calories? And so today I'm going to be sharing my recipe on how to make orange chicken. This is just as crispy as what you get from Chinese takeout and just as delicious. And most importantly, it's really quick and easy to make. So let's get right into it. So to get started, we're going to first work on marinating our chicken. So I have here in a bowl 1 egg white. This is a really important ingredient because we want to have crispy chicken. So when you eat Chinese chicken, you know it's crispy because it's coated in all-purpose flour and then they deep fry it. We're not deep frying it today. We're just going to be doing a stir fry in small amount of oil. And that's why we want to add this crucial ingredient so that we can have crispy chicken. And so to this, we're going to be adding our chicken that we have here. So this is chicken breast. So 2 slices of chicken breast that I have cut up into pieces. And so I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to our bowl. And to this, we're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then we're going to be adding just a pinch of black pepper. Not too much, just about a pinch. And then because soy sauce already has salt, you want to add just a pinch of salt, not too much. That's it. And now we're just going to mix all this together with our soy sauce, the egg whites, the salt, and the pepper. All right. And so now what we're going to be doing is we're just going to let this sit here for about 15 minutes for the marination process. So now we're going to be making our sauce for our orange chicken. So I have here zest from half of an orange. So I am using an apple orange because that is most accessible and available in grocery stores. So this is just from half of the orange. I'm going to add that in here. This is really important because this is what's really going to pull out that orange flavor that we need in our orange chicken. And then I have here 3 tablespoons of orange juice. This is the juice from that orange. I'm going to add that as well. And then I have your 1 tablespoon of water. You need this as well for your sauce. And then I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then we're going to be adding sweeteners. So we know that orange chicken is a bit sweet. So I have here 1.5 tablespoons of allulose. That is the sweetener I use. You can use whatever sweetener you want to use. Add that as well. And then to balance out the sweetening, we need to have some rice vinegar just to make it a little tangy. And so that's what I have here, 1.5 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And then lastly, I like to have that kick of heat in my orange chicken. This is optional, but I'm going to be adding 1/4 teaspoon of chili flakes. And so now we're just going to mix all our ingredients here. I like to use a spoon to do it because I want to make sure that zest gets mixed in really well. I can smell the orange. It already smells like orange chicken here. All right. And here we are. Our sauce is ready. With my orange chicken, I like to have a side of veggies. I like to eat lo mein, I like to eat fried rice, but for a change, I like to have veggies as well. And so, you guys know I've shared my recipe for veg lo mein, so that is great with the orange chicken. I'm going to be sharing my recipe for cauliflower fried rice. That's also great for orange chicken as well. So stay tuned for that recipe. But today I'm going to be just doing a side of broccoli. So I have here 3 cups of broccoli, and I have here salt water that has started to boil. And so to this, I'm going to be transferring our broccoli, and we're just going to let it cook for about a minute or a minute and a half, not too long. All right. Let this sit here for about a minute and a half on medium heat. And so now our 15 minutes have been up from our marination. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be coating our chicken in almond flour. So as you guys know, when we're having Chinese chicken, it's fried, right? And it's coated with all-purpose flour. So instead of using all-purpose flour, because it's now low in carbs, we're using almond flour. And so I'm going to be transferring here 2 tablespoons of almond flour in a big bowl. And we have our marinated chicken here. It smells so good. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be transferring the chicken out of this bowl and adding it to our next bowl. We are removing the sauce. You do not want to have the sauce. It's already all coated in here. And you're just going to be transferring it to our almond flour here. All right, we got all our chicken added here to our almond flour, and it is a small amount of almond flour because remember, we want to have a light coat, right? We don't want it breaded. We just want to have that light coat so we can get it crispy. So I'm just going to be tossing it in with the almond flour. So just mixing it just like this. All right, so just like that, that's what we're looking for. You see how it is slightly coated, and that's what we want. And so now what we're gonna be doing, we're just gonna be cooking our chicken on a skillet. So coming back to our broccoli, we do not want to forget about the broccoli. It's a really important, delicious side. I did drain out the broccoli because I only let it sit there for about a minute and a half, and this is how our broccoli looks like. So I drained it out, and what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be transferring this to ice water so that it can stop cooking and also the color will stay green, because otherwise you know that when you steam broccoli, the color changes. So I have here some ice water, and I'm going to be transferring our broccoli to the ice water. Looks so good already. I love broccoli. To our chicken, we are now ready to cook our chicken. So I have here a skillet that I've added about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, just a small amount, and I have heated up this olive oil. It's really important that you heat the oil, because if you just transfer your chicken to oil that's not heated up, then what's going to happen is the chicken can become soggy, right? Because it's not going to start cooking till later and it'll become soggy. So you want to make sure that the oil is heated. So I'm going to add my chicken. Right here to our pan. You want to hear that sizzle. That's when you know your oil has heated up. Really important, you flip the chicken to get both sides cooked. Look at that. All right, you see our chicken is nice and brown on both sides. It has cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this from heat. Looks so good, smells so good. I can smell the soy sauce. And we still got to get our sauce in here. And that's when we're going to get all the delicious flavor. And now we're just going to finish off our orange chicken with our sauce. So I have here some oil in the same pan. And to that, I'm going to be adding 2 cloves of minced garlic and half a teaspoon of grated ginger. I have that all mixed in here. Don't worry about how your pan looks like. This is all flavor that's going to get infused in the sauce. And we're just going to stir this until you smell the garlic and the ginger. I can smell the ginger and the garlic. It doesn't take long at all. And now we're going to be adding the sauce that we made earlier. So just going to stir that one more time. Just swirl it. And I'm going to transfer that here. Give that a mix. Oh my gosh, smells so good. And we're just gonna let this simmer on low heat for about 2 or 3 minutes. So we're going to be now finishing off our side of broccoli. So I drained out the broccoli from the ice water, and this is what we have here. Look how nice and green it still looks. And this is why you always want to put it in ice water so that it doesn't continue the cooking process and it doesn't change color. And so now we're just going to be making our broccoli flavorful. So I have here in some olive oil, 1 clove of minced garlic. You can see it's starting to get a little golden brown. That's what you want. You want to have that flavor of the garlic. And so we're going to be transferring our broccoli to our pan here. Wow, looks so good. Now we're just going to mix this all together. So all the broccoli gets coated in the olive oil and the garlic. And for our seasoning, we're going to be adding some salt to taste for our broccoli. Sprinkle some salt, however much you like. And also some black pepper, just a small amount, just sprinkling some on top. Not too much on the black pepper. And lastly, gonna add half a teaspoon of soy sauce. This just adds really good flavor. It's optional, but I highly recommend it. Give this all a mix. I'm gonna put my gas on medium heat just to get all that flavor to get infused into our broccoli from the garlic, the salt, the pepper, and the soy sauce. Look at the sauce. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. It's not ready yet. We need to add one last ingredient. So you can see that the sauce is a bit runny. And so what I'd like to add for that is some xanthan gum. So this will help thicken the sauce. So usually what people add is cornstarch, but cornstarch is not the healthy low-carb alternative. And so I like to use xanthan gum instead, and it works just amazing like cornstarch. And so make sure when we're using xanthan gum, you sprinkle it and you do not dump it. So this is 1/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm just going to be sprinkling in a little by little and stir it while I go. Sprinkle a little, stir. Look at that. You can already see it thicken that quickly. And you don't want it any thicker, right? Because you want to coat this on our chicken. So now we just toss our chicken back in the sauce. And now just mix our sauce and our chicken. Oh my gosh. Looks amazing. And our plate is ready. We got our orange chicken with our broccoli. So one thing I do want to mention is that when we're making low-carb orange chicken, you're not going to see that vibrant orange color because we're not using real sugar and we're not using cornstarch. So there is a difference in the color in the sauce. And so that's why it looks like this, but trust me, the flavor is still there. This is bomb. I love it. I love that orange flavor from it. And I just can't wait to try this right now because it's just staring right in front of me and I'm getting super hungry. Let's dive right in. Wow, look at that. It's crispy. Oh my God. Delicious. I'm getting the flavor of the orange. Wow. It's just really, really delicious. And then our broccoli. I just love the flavor of the garlic and the broccoli. There you got a low-carb, healthy meal right at home, and you do not have to go to any Chinese takeout ever again. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CrushCarb. Try this out and let me know in the comments below how you liked it. So until next time, let's keep cooking, experimenting, and as always, let's keep crushing carbs.